the first step towards solving a problem is to identify that problem. And there's no way you identify or you get to the root of any situation if we don't talk about them, if we don't ask people to come forward and tell us what they've seen. So that is exactly what we've done in Oyo State by this panel of inquiry. Before now, things get swept under the carpet, but people have been able to come forward. They've put a fact on the table, and it is now left for us to make proper sense out of this and react appropriately. When I came in, I was expecting a very short event. I didn't realize that when you give a former chief judge an assignment, because not only did your lordship, have a report, just the speech that is 8 pages. I thought, well, maybe you will skip some of it, but and also when I was receiving this, the one that's supposed to go to federal, they mistakenly gave you the one that should come to Oyo State. You basically just like put that one down and pick the right one. What that tells us is that must have been the thoroughness that yourself and the member of this panel put into this assignment. So we want to say thank you. A lot of people, kept sending messages to me, about this panel of inquiry. They were asking when are they going to submit their report and all of that. And I said, well, for us in Oyo State, we just don't want to rush through things. We want to be thorough, and we want to ensure that when we say a problem is solved in Oyo State, it is solved. So when you came for an extension, we granted it because we felt the only thing that would be acceptable is a thorough work. And this morning, the report is here. And we want to say thank you for a job well done. Both yourself and the other members of the panel, we thank you for your time. This took more than a year, from November 2020 to January 2022. You have given your time. You have also shown dedication and commitment to our state and our country. I want to say again, we thank you very much. Well, another thing that struck me, just when you were making your speech was what you did as a panel for Samuel Ogundeji, the 23 years old boy. You've paid for his first semester fees. You've gone over and above what we're expecting you going to do. You've seen a vacuum and you immediately filled it. The only thing, the essence of all of this is not just to apportion blames, it's to ensure that when problems are identified, they are solved. And also looking at the future to ensure that this we move away from this kind of thing. So what the government can only do is to follow that lead and ensure that the boy will have automatic scholarship. From Oyo State government, covering institution and also stipend for him throughout the duration of his study out there. We thank you for identifying that gap and for filling it. We're indeed very grateful. And also other achievements that we've listed that were recorded by this panel. So I want to say thank you. And when I was just thinking through it, I don't know how you arrived at that position, but where I have Honorable Babs Oduyoye, I didn't just make him my special advisor on politics and strategy, because he's also a problem solver. I don't know his contribution as there, but we thank all of you, for taking that on and ensuring that we have a solution. I can give you the assurance that the report won't gather dust. The one that is going to federal, I will ensure that it is dispatched almost immediately, so that they can start dealing with it out there. However, when I listened attentively to your speech and I read through it, part of the recommendations, you said you have 2 volumes here. One is for victims of Amotekun that are residents of Oyo State. And then the other volume that is going to the federal for victims of police brutality for the attention of the federal. But you see, I haven't gone through the report itself, but police were also victims. Some policemen, got killed. They burnt the police station at Ojo, also Isheyin. They are Nigerians as well. They are part of us. They only wearing the uniform. Yes, maybe they are the ones that we think they are the ones causing all of this trouble. But also, restitution has to go to them. There are families that the expectation, have been cut short, by them losing their lives and all of that. I don't know if there are clear recommendations on those from this panel. If they are not, we still need to find a way to. I would have expected also that police will have come forward also that we were victims. If they didn't, if they didn't come forward, I'll still love for an addendum. I know this panel is almost closing. If we cannot get them to come before the panel again, the Commissioner of Police should also compile that and bring to us, and we can take it alongside this main report as well. Yes, Your Lordship.
The retired police submitted memorandum,
which is included. Okay, we will look at it if we have if we need clarifications, or if we need to do anything, but I just don't want to leave that hanging, and I don't want to behave as if police lives are not as important as lives of ordinary folks on the street. So we'll look at that. So on behalf of the government of Oyo State, I want to once again say thank you to this panel, and to give you the assurance that your work will not be in vain. You will see very soon actions being taken, towards implementing most of your recommendations. So I want to say thank you and God bless you.